Time stood still as the thriving and blooming Usubi community in the local government area of Delta State played host to dignitaries from all walks of life on Friday, 4th May 2018. The event and gathering was for the Speaker of the Delta State House of Assembly and member representing Oborevwori constituency and the House, Right Honorable Sheriff Oborevwori, as he took time out to once again brief his constituents on the journey so far in his less than 3 years sojourn to the state legislature as a lawmaker. Good enough, and by divine providence, the ceremony came exactly 1 week to his first anniversary as the Speaker of Delta State House of Assembly, as he was elected by his colleagues to lead them on 11th May 2017 amid jubilation and high expectations by both the political class and staff of the state legislature. Besides the presentation of the report card to the people, the Right Honorable Speaker also at the event inaugurated another edition of Empowerment Program and Bursary and Scholarship Schemes in continuation of what he has been doing over 2 decades. The venue of the event was the Delta State Trade Fair Complex Usubi, which incidentally is Mr. Speaker's community in one of the fastest growing towns in the state. The massive complex was a beehive of activities and full to capacity as dignitaries including several personalities occupying the political space of Delta State were present to witness what many described as unprecedented in the history of the local government area. The state governor, Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa, a man known for his humility and commitment to the development of every area in the state, no matter how remote, led members of the State Executive Council to the ceremony. 2 members of the National Assembly, Right Honorable Evelyn Oborevwori, representing Oborevwori and Sapele Federal Constituency, and Lovett Idisi, Ethiopia Federal Constituency. Large number of members of the State House of Assembly and their spouses, the State PDP Chairman, Chief Kingsley Siso, leaders of the party in Delta Central, some council chairmen, the clerk of the House, Mrs. Lina Ochola, and several other political office holders, captains of industries, representatives of corporate organizations, and a cross-section of the society were in attendance. The leaders, elders, women, and youths across the 10 political wards of Oborevwori local government area in droves were also at the trade complex to witness the making of another history by a son who indeed is a true servant of the people. The address of the PDP chairman Oborevwori local government area, Chief Efe Uko, welcomed the murmured crowd to the ceremony, immediately followed with a speech by the man of the moment, Right Honorable Sheriff Oborevwori, popularly called Ukodo. Chief Uko, in his address, left no one in doubt of the quality of representation the people of Oborevwori had enjoyed since June 8, 2015, when Honorable Sheriff was sworn in to speak for the constituency and the state legislature.
The Speaker is a pillar and a bridge builder in the politics of this local government area. Since 1999, he has been one of the driving forces in our great party. His contributions towards the growth of the party is innumerable, financially and strategically in both mobilization, especially in the Usubi community. He is one of the most accessible politicians in this local government area with a humanitarian spirit. Your Excellency, the party is aware that the Speaker has over 40 persons in his personal payroll, aside those on appointment through his office. His relationship with the elders, leaders, and party faithful in this is very cordial. He carries the party along in his programs. I want to emphasize here, he gives the party 250,000 naira monthly, 20,000 each to each of the 10 wards of Okpe and the LGA 50,000 for meetings. And that's why in this local government we meet regularly. I tag today's empowerment as the father and mother of health empowerment, considering the quality of the items, the spread, and the huge financial involvement.
The empowerment program, according to Right Honorable Sheriff Oborevwori, was aimed at appreciating the people of Okpe for their support and commitment to good governance in the state. 20 buses, 4 cars, 10 tricycles, 20 hairdressing salon kits with accompanying generators, 40 grinding machines, 30 sewing machines, 20 deep freezers and 500 wrappers and head ties, which he said were added to the gift items by his wife Oborevwori, were presented to constituents under the Sheriff Oborevwori Foundation. Financial assistance was also shared to selected persons to aid their businesses. There was also the launch of a scholarship scheme for secondary school and university students of Okpe local government area origin and residents in the area, shared into 80% and 20% respectively. The Speaker, Right Honorable Sheriff Oborevwori, said the empowerment program was in line with the wealth creation policy of the Okowa-led administration, stressing that over the years he has been a strong believer of making people to be self-reliant as he enjoyed putting permanent smiles on the faces of his people. Right Honorable Oborevwori said the beneficiaries drawn from the 10 wards in Okpe constituency were carefully selected with substantial inputs from the leadership of PDP in the local government area.
This environment is hinged on the fact that over the years I have been a strong believer that it is better to teach a man how to fish than to give him hunger. More so, this is in line with His Excellency State of Verify Okowa's smart agenda of wealth creation. I am glad to say I enjoy putting permanent smiles on the faces of my constituents. Today, some numbers of persons will benefit from this empowerment program. I congratulate the beneficiaries and I urge those who are not getting today to be patient, as it will get to their turn in due course. I urge all beneficiaries to make good use of the package to better their lives.
The Speaker announced that the scholarship scheme will kick off in September this year with an initial sum of 10 million naira, disclosing that a 5-member committee made up of seasoned and transparent educationists and headed by Chief Esther Onopasa has been constituted to supervise the entire process. On his stewardship, Right Honorable Sheriff Oborevwori paid glowing tributes to his colleagues for making him the first among equals, maintaining that his emergence as a Speaker of the Delta State House of Assembly was divine and had brought peace, progress and stability to the House. He disclosed that prior to his election as the head of the 6th Delta State House of Assembly, he had sponsored and co-sponsored bills and motions, even as he listed over 5 projects executed in Okpe local government area under his constituency projects. The Speaker, who was full of commendation to Governor Okowa for his fiscal discipline and commitment in the spread of dividends of democracy in the 25 local government areas of the state, said Okpe constituency never had it so good, as numerous projects that cut across all sectors, including road infrastructure, commerce, education and health, have been completed and commissioned in the locality.
I must commend our smart governor, His Excellency State of Verify Okowa, for his fiscal discipline and commitment in providing good, efficient and effective governance through his smart agenda. My dear people of Okpe, you will agree with me that our governor is doing well in all sectors. From our records, the state government under the able leadership of His Excellency has constructed 6 and commissioned 5 roads in Okwe, while 2 are ongoing. No wonder he has earned himself the nickname Roadmaster. The government has also increased the standard of learning by executing various projects over 20, both primary and secondary school in Okwe.
Right Honorable Oborevwori advised the constituents to take advantage of the various empowerment programs of the state government geared towards sustainable wealth creation and development of the state economy to create wealth for themselves and become employers of labor. He noted that the prosperity mantra of the Okowa's government had indeed raised the state to an enviable level despite the challenges.
In the face of the glaring reduction of the state revenue, both from federal allocation and state generated revenue, he was able to manage the state funds to ensure even spread of people-oriented projects across the valuable government area of the state.
The Speaker expressed appreciation to all relevant stakeholders in the development of Okwe constituency and assured all of a sustained commitment to quality representation as well as peace, unity and progress in the council area. He affirmed the irrevocable commitment of the constituents for the re-election of Governor Ifeanyi Okowa for a second term in office, urging the people that the best way to go is to work for the victory of all PDP candidates as the build-up of the 2019 general elections draws closer.
My beloved constituents, I know some of you may not be aware, but I need to state it clearly here. I have been committed in maintaining the strong synergy with the executive arm of government and other relevant agencies and stakeholders to attract development to our constituency.
Goodwill messages and comments from notable leaders in Okwe local government area were centered on the good works of Right Honorable Sheriff Oborevwori and his unrelenting efforts towards enhancing the quality of lives. The Chairman, Government Council of the Delta State University, DELSU, and former Minister of Information, Professor Sam Oyoware, was the first to speak, followed by the Chairman, Delta State Capital Development Agency, and the former Commissioner for Works in the state, Chief Tom Amioku. The PDP woman leader, Delta Central, Mrs. Dora Sakbaide, and 2 other leaders, Chief Joseph Asini and Mr. Ramson Ikweki. They commended the Speaker for its exemplary leadership and outstanding performance as a lawmaker, saying that he has been known for empowering people several years before his election into the Delta State House of Assembly.
I am personally pleased, and I wish to remark that he went to the House first and foremost to represent the good people of Okwe, and he's doing very well. Circumstances not inaugurated by him fell on his shoulders as the Speaker of the House, and the records available to the Okwe people have been very good. And so we are proud of him. I'm happy that he's able to do what he's doing today. I think it will go down that for a long time past, we haven't had it like this. And so just a little bit of history will tell you that Chief Sheriff has done very well. And we are pleased with him. We wish him well. And we hope that he will continue to add value to what the Okwe people stands for. He himself knows, the Speaker knows, that the Okwe people hold very dearly the governor of the state. And so it doesn't surprise me that he is doing what he should do, because that's the only way we can actually tell the governor that is holding the state in peace, with security, with the spread of projects, with social justice. So we wish Sheriff well. We wish our governor very well.
To me, and I'm sure to all Ogbe people, and indeed all Deltans, that today, Right Honorable Sheriff Oborevwori has packaged this massive empowerment program for Ogbe people. A program that will bring joy to our people, a program that will bring a sense of belonging, a sense of empowerment, indeed, that will bring prosperity to the people of Ogbe local government area. You know, prosperity to all Deltans was a key promise of this government, and today we are seeing it being realized in Ogbe Kingdom, so we are very happy.
If everyone can follow this suit, I mean, the sky will be everybody's limits. As you can see, people are happy because he knows what to do at a particular time. You will see, he's not giving it to those that are already rich. He's empowering the grassroots, people that really need to be empowered. He made the selection through the words, and we now know that yes, he is the one that knows the pain of the people, and as he has done it, we are also praying the good Lord will make him go higher way.
Who we are celebrating today, who is empowering us today, without your consent, without your power, it cannot be there. Therefore, on that point, I thank you.
The state governor, Senator Ifeanyi Okowa, who was full of joy over the program, said Right Honorable Sheriff Oborevwori was passionate about his constituents, hence his massive empowerment to improve their economic well-being. Governor Okowa stated that the Speaker has given a good account of his representation to the people, saying that it was very obvious that he had a good relationship with his constituents. He commended Sheriff Oborevwori for adding value to the lives of his people, stressing that the empowerment items were worthy of note.
Mr. Speaker is somebody whom I have known for so long. He is somebody I can confidently say at every point in time that I understand him and I know what he represents. Because he's somebody who is passionate about his people. And when somebody is passionate about his people, he will always give good representation. And I thank the people of Ogbe local government for giving us a good representative in the House of Assembly to relate with his people. It is possible that you can empower your people, but your people may not be happy with you if you do not do it with a passionate heart. And I know that in his genuine relationship with his people, and when he talks about his people, he's very passionate about them. And that is very, very important.
Governor Okowa emphasized that his administration would not abandon any project, as it was determined to complete all ongoing projects in the state, while stressing that the Speaker had done well as a representative of the Ogbe people. The governor attributed the success stories recorded by his administration in the state to the good and sustained synergy with the lawmakers, ably led by Sheriff Oborevwori. He said over 188 roads have so far been awarded by the state government across the state, out of which 92 have been completed, while the others would be commissioned before June this year. The governor noted that Ogbe local government has never been left out in the spread of development projects, even as he promised that the Oborevwori Road project would be looked into personally, stressing that he would invite the contractor to know the position of the contract, which he said appeared slow. Dr. Okowa maintained that his administration would continue to embark on the construction of roads as it was key to practical development. He urged the people of Ogbe to encourage their children to key into the state government STEP and YAGA programs and the training being provided by technical colleges in the state to develop practical skills. Governor Okawa urged other lawmakers to emulate the Speaker's empowerment programs in their various constituencies.
I thank God for the various things we have been able to do in Oborevwori local government. And I want to reassure Chief Hasini that the honor of Oborevwori Road is also my baby. And I'm worried about it. And I recently did call the Commissioner for Works and to ask, why is it that the company that is doing the job, why have they not progressed beyond where they are? I agree that there's a lot of work on their hands, but I want to assure you that I'm going to take it on specially and invite their leadership to ask questions why they have not truly gone very far on that project. I see no reason why that project should not ordinarily be nearing completion as of today. And to reassure everybody that for every project that we set out to do, we will complete it. We will not leave abandoned projects.
The state chairman of the People's Democratic Party (PDP), Chief Kingsley Esiso, said the party was pleased with Sheriff Oborevwori as Speaker and a member representing Okpa constituency. He said the empowerment program of the Speaker has made campaigning of the party in the area easier, adding that he is a very well-known person in the area of putting smiles on the faces of people. While commending Right Honorable Sheriff Oborevwori for the empowerment program, Chief Esiso stressed the need for other members of the House and political appointees to empower their people. The state's PDP chairman said the party had no regret that Honorable Oborevwori was the person representing Okpa constituency, as he had always made the party proud.
I will be happier if I start going from one state constituency, from one local government to the other, performing this type of duty. Are you hearing me? I didn't say that it must be in this magnitude, because this one is too big. But every member of the House of Assembly has a responsibility to empower their people. Am I correct? You cannot be running away from empowerment. And of course, empowerment is not made for only members of the House of Assembly or members of the legislature. All of us as party leaders, no matter how little we are getting, we owe it as a responsibility to give back to our people.
The majority leader of the Delta State House of Assembly, Tim Oborevwori, Honorables Daniel Mayuku, Anthony Elekokuri, and Festus Okol, and the chairman, PDP, Delta Central Senatorial District, Chief Patrick Fulvier, commended Right Honorable Sheriff Oborevwori for his thoughtful empowerment program to his constituents. They said the massive empowerment program had made the party more popular in the area, adding that the Speaker had provided the enabling platform for his constituents to grow economically.
You can see the quality of items to be given out today. It shows that the man is responsive to the desire of his people. This empowerment will go a long way to show that the government of PDP is prosperity for all Deltans.
Something like giving back to the people that believe in you. And with what he has done now, we have been able to establish that PDP is in charge of this local government. But Mr. Speaker has proven that it's not up there, he's down with his people, he's man of the masses, he's working with the masses. So I congratulate Mr. Speaker, I congratulate the beneficiaries, as well as I congratulate His Excellency the Governor for making our time to be here.
Fantastic. I like the energy here. I like the fact that people are happy with Right Honorable Sheriff Oborevwori.
for empowering his people, and I like the fact that the people of Okpe are totally in support of him being in the house. So we are very, very happy here.
We are happy today because, as you can see, this is a very massive one. It is very encouraging, and I know with God on his side for what he has done to his people, we are praying that God will multiply and bless him.
By so doing, he simplifies my work. We don't need to campaign as heavily here as we would do in others, because those who have benefited are going to carry on with the campaign we ought to do. So by so doing, our job is reduced.
A cross-section of Deltans, mainly political office holders and constituents, including civil commissioners and the chairman Delta State Chapter of Association of Local Government of Nigeria, ALGAN, Sir Malik Ipopo, described Sheriff as a man of the people.
So with this enablement, at least he has taken some families now off the streets. And this is exactly the way things should go. And I'm very, very happy for it.
The speaker today is implementing the manifesto of our party. And our party's major manifesto is the empowerment of the people. In addition to that, it is adding value to the agenda of His Excellency, which is the smart agenda. And I think there is a responsibility of every one of us to add value to our people by ensuring that we are able to empower them, because we have the opportunity to, and I think that's what the speaker is doing today.
They stressed the need for beneficiaries to put the items given to them to good use.
The man has done well. Even in the house, he's done very well. He stayed very well, and now this is our immediate home. And the man, we are proud of him, and we are returning him as the governor 2019.
I'm so happy, so excited to see that one of our own is one with his apartment, and he has been doing it and it's used to it. Honestly, we're happy and we're excited.
The joy of the beneficiaries knew no bounds as they spoke of the items presented to them and as they testified on the goodwill of their benefactor, Right Honorable Sheriff Oborevwori. They prayed for the good health of Mr. Speaker and that of the members of his family, and also joined many others to adopt him and the governor for another tenure in office, as according to them, the duo represent hope and better future for all Deltans.
Right Honorable Sheriff Oborevwori, I put surprise in my life. Oh Lord, I never expect to hold a car. And if I made me to hold a car key, all glory, adoration to Almighty God. What is the sheriff? How both sheriff go?
Because I have never experienced this before. This is my first time to benefit. So I'm very happy and excited.
Pray that God will empower him to do more things for all Delta and the prosperity for all Delta to speak to every life in Delta State. Thank you, sir, for your good work, and God should empower you to do more good works for Delta.
Sheriff Oborevwori is a right, truthful man. He's a good man. He's a correct man. This is a beneficiary. We are grateful for his work. We thank him, we thank him, we thank him.